Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into a really interesting concept called Mindset Prime. The whole thing is built around one simple but powerful question. What if all the time you spend learning new things online could actually, earn you money? Let's get into it.
Really let that sink in for a moment. Think about all those hours you spend watching videos, reading articles, going down rabbit holes. What if that time generated real value for you instead of just for the platforms you happen to be on? This question really hits on a massive problem with how we use the internet today. Most of our time online is just unrewarded consumption.
And this slide lays out the two choices we have perfectly. On one side, you've got passive consumption. Yeah, that endless scrolling that just drains your time and your energy. But on the other side, there's this huge potential for active learning, turning that exact same time and attention into an actual investment. Mindset Prime is designed from the ground up to make that second path your new reality.
So what is the solution here? Well, it's called Mindset Prime. They're framing it as Learn to Earn 2.0. It's a key part of the bigger Titan Flow ecosystem, and it's built specifically to reward you for seeking out knowledge.
Okay, so here's the breakdown, and it's super simple. The concept? You watch curated educational videos on important topics like finance, crypto, and success. The deal? Titan Flow actually pays you for every single lesson you complete. And the currency? You get two things. TFT, which has a monetary value, and XP, which are your experience points. The goal here is a total win-win. You get an upgrade for your brain and an upgrade for your wallet.
All right, that all sounds great in theory, but how does this actually work? Let's pull back the curtain a bit and look at the mechanics of this learning cycle. How your attention is literally turned into a reward.
Your path to getting rewarded couldn't be simpler. It's just a clean three-step process. First, you start a lesson. Second, you actively watch the video. And third, once you're done, you get your reward. That's it. No complicated hoops you have to jump through.
But you might be wondering, how does this system know you're actually paying attention and not just letting the video play in the background? Well, this is where the core technology comes in. It's called proof of learning. It's basically an intelligent system that can tell if you've genuinely engaged with the content. This makes sure that real, focused attention is what gets rewarded, which keeps the whole system fair for everybody.
Now, this is a really crucial point. You don't just get one type of reward. After every single lesson you finish, the system gives you two very distinct assets, and each one has its own special purpose inside the ecosystem.
First up, you get TFT, which is the Titan Flow token. You can think of this as your direct payment. It's a digital currency that has a real monetary value, and you can use it right there in the ecosystem. The source material even suggests you might be able to exchange it later on. The second thing you get is XP, or experience points. Now, this isn't money. This is all about your progress. XP is how your growth is measured, and it is absolutely the key to leveling up your status within the entire system. And that brings us to the bigger picture here. Because while getting TFT is great for that instant reward, XP is all about your long-term strategy. Let's take a look at why collecting these experience points is probably the most important factor for your success here. So let's just ask the question directly. Why should you care so much about XP? Isn't it just some score in a game? The answer is a definite no, because it directly ties into how much you can earn.
See, it creates this really powerful flywheel effect. The more XP you get from learning, the higher your rank in the system becomes. And a higher rank unlocks better conditions for you, and more importantly, more ways to earn across the entire Titan Flow platform. It's a perfect feedback loop.
This is the core mantra of the whole system. It really boils down to this simple, powerful equation. Your commitment to learning directly powers your ability to level up, and that, in turn, boosts your power to earn more. Simple as that.
And get this, here's a really fascinating twist. Your knowledge isn't just about leveling up your rank. In some cases, your knowledge literally becomes a key. The source material says that you actually have to complete certain lessons before the system will even let you buy certain digital assets. You have to prove you understand what you're doing before you can invest. How cool is that?
So as we start to wrap this up, the big takeaway here is really about a fundamental shift in how we see things. Mindset Prime is proposing that our screen time shouldn't just be a passive expense anymore. It should be an active investment in our own knowledge and ultimately our own financial well-being.
It really all comes down to this one powerful idea. It's a call to action, asking us to be much more intentional with our attention. Instead of just letting content consume us, we can actually choose to consume content that builds us up, both in our minds and in our bank accounts. It leaves you with a great question.
What could you achieve if every hour you spent learning actually paid dividends?